Hello and welcome to this Project Kenai video tutorial. My name is Paul Fussell. Today we'll be covering how to set your user profile options. One reason you might want to do this is so people can see information about you in your public profile, but there are other reasons as well, which we'll cover during this tutorial. To get started, let's log in. The username we'll be using here is Buzz. The first thing you see after you log in is your My page, which shows the project you've joined, and it shows some of the form entries at the bottom. And most importantly for this tutorial, with this page open, you can choose Edit My Profile and View Public Profile in the left nav bar. If you ever need to get back to this page from anywhere in Kenai, choose the My Page tab. So let's look at Buzz's public profile and see what he's defined. Not much so far. You see the username and the default gearhead user picture. Let's edit the profile and see what we can change. On the My Profile Change Settings page, there are 7 tabs, and the Settings tab is selected by default. We'll talk about some of the other tabs later. The Settings tab is where you enter most of the personal information about yourself that can show up on your profile. There are other tabs that show additional things, but this is where you set your email name, your first and last name, your country, your location, which is interesting because it can show up as a map on your personal profile, your interests, a set of tags that people can use to find you, and whether you're a student. If you are, you click I'm a student, and then you enter the school name over here. As it turns out, Vijay is from India, but he's currently located in Venice, California, and his interests are Java FX, JRuby, Glassfish, film, and salsa dancing. Now, Vijay came out to Venice because he's a student, and he's going to UCLA. We'll click Update to save the information on this tab. And as you can see, the profile was successfully updated. Let's go to View Public Profile and see what's changed. Not much, just the tags have been added. If we go back to Edit My Profile and look at the Privacy tab, you can see why. So we'll click Privacy. What you do to make things show up on your profile is click the items you want to make public. Vijay would like his location as a map, his school, his country, and his first name to show up on his public profile. We'll click Update. And as you can see, the settings have been updated, and we'll go look at the public profile and see what's been changed there. Well, it looks like everything we checked is on here. We have the map, he has the school on here, the country's listed, and as before, the tags are listed. Now if you click the People tab over here, you go to the People page where you can find other users. If you have a friend on the site, you can search for them by username, or if they've made their name public like Vijay has, you can search for them by their real name. Notice that searching for Vijay Busa doesn't return anything because he didn't include his last name in his tags. However, if you just search for Vijay, you get a list of all the Vijays on the site, and down here is our Vijay. Now you can also search by username. Vijay's is Buzz, so we'll enter that in search. And here they are. It's Vijay and one other user. If you look in the left nav bar, you see people tags that people have added to their profiles so that you can find them. And if you pause over a tag, you can see how many people have added it. And you can click all tags to see more than just this short list of tags. If you click Go Back at the top of the page, you can go back to the People page. Here on the People page, let's click the Glassfish tag. And down here is Vijay's listing. Let's click Vijay's name to see his public profile again. What we'd like to do next is upload a picture that isn't the gearhead default. So let's go to Edit My Profile. And on the Image tab, you can browse your local disk for pictures. One thing to notice about these pictures is if they're not square, if they have a different aspect ratio like this one, the image will be cropped to a square image. We're going to pick this one so you can see what happens. We'll upload this image. Now what we really want to see is the frog in the center, but because this gets cropped as a square from the center of this larger image, mostly what you see is a flower with a little frog at the top. So we'd like to replace this image. We don't have to remove it to replace it. We can just click Browse, choose another image. We'll pick this one that's already been cropped as a square, and upload the new image. As you can see, we get the frog in the center, which is what we wanted. Now this whole process has saved the image, so we don't have to do anything extra on this tab. We can go back to View Public Profile and see if we got our image. And yes, we did. It's on the public profile now. All right, so we've made all our changes to this part of the public profile. Below the area we've been working on is a networking section that shows your instant messaging and social networking sites. You can change this section by editing your profile and choosing networking. You enter your IM accounts here. I'm going to enter a Google account. And your social networking sites go down here. For social networking, you might need to go to your account to get a listing that everyone can access. For example, to enter a Facebook address, you first choose Facebook from the drop list on the right. I'm now going to go to my Facebook account, right-click my username, copy its location, and then back on the networking page, paste it in. If I click Update, I see that the settings have been updated. And then if I view the public profile again, you see under Networking that these new entries are showing up. The next thing we'll do is go back to Edit My Profile and look at a few things you can do that don't affect your public profile. We've already looked at the Settings, Networking, Image, and Privacy tabs. On the Password tab, you can change your password. You enter your current password, and then you enter your new password and enter it again to confirm it and click Update. The Subscriptions tab shows all your email subscriptions. The useful thing about this tab is that it's the only place where you can see all your email subscriptions from all your projects in one place. And this last tab, SSH keys, is where you enter a key required for SSH access to a Git or Mercurial repository. We won't go into how to do that, but if you click this Help page link, or you click Help at the top of the page, you can see some help on setting this key, and there's also some help on generating a key. At the top of each Help page, there's a link to the main Kenai documentation and training page. This page has links to the frequently asked questions, how do I's, how to report bugs, the screencasts and video tutorials including this one, recent updates including new features and release notes for each release, and recent help topics. And over here on the right, there's a full list of all documentation pages. The How Do I link goes to a page that has a list of tasks you can perform on Kenai. It's organized according to setting user settings, working with a project and its features, and creating and managing projects. So that does cover everything we wanted to in this tutorial. And as a final action, we'll click the My Page tab, and we'll go back to Buzz's My Page. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial and have fun connecting to people on Project Kenai.